Hello and welcome to the first tutorial in a series of tutorials. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a key unlock a specific door. And I assume that you've already set up your custom story and possibly even made a small map. If not, go read the wiki, the article called Wrapping Up Your Custom Story. And if you have no clue on scripting, go read the script tutorial and the Angel script documentation. And then bookmark this page, script functions, which contains a list of all the functions available to you. So let me just show you the map, which is basically just two rooms, and then the idea is to have a key inside this display, and then just simply unlock this door. So let's go into the level editor, and as you can see, I've already placed the key, so let me just remove that so I can show you how to do it. So go into the entities and select under item, select any of the keys. This is just the model you want to use, but I choose key study as it's the most fitting for the mentioned door. So let's place that inside the display, and let me just turn off snapping so I can get a more precise movement. Placement or whatever. And then let's just call this key awesome key. Awesome key 1. And then because this is a study key, when we pick it up in the game it'll say you picked up machine room key, which is weird, but it does. That's the default text of this key, so we want it to say something else. Let's go into the language file, which you've already created if you followed the wrapping up your custom story. Let me just open that in a color editor. Color editor, what the fuck? Syntax highlighting. Capable editor. Whatever. So you have to create a category called inventory. And inside that we need to create two entries. One called item name underscore and then some name that we want to reference in the editor, and also item desk, which stands for item description, and then also the same name, and then we define the text that we want to use for the name and description, and then this is what we want to use in the editor. So let's go into the editor, select the key, which is already selected, go to the entity tab, and then in the custom sub item type name property we're gonna add the awesome key. Oops, not coming. You can even read the description down here below the tooltip. So anyway, let's save and let's just test in the game. Error on, oh, it's because I've got no script yet. So let's just do that. Well, I do have a script, but it's empty. So if you haven't created a script yet, create a new, right click your folder, new text file, text document, and then name it the same as your map, but instead of .map you call it .hps. Then you open it in your favorite text editor, which in my case is Notepad, and let's just add the default script from the tutorial. And let me remove this just to not confuse you too much. And so let's just see if we got the naming right. Oops, wrong button. This one. I'm in the wrong room. Great. Okay. So when we pick it up, you should say picked up awesome key. Great. And also the description says key from awesome door, blah blah blah, which is what we define in the language file. But as you can see, we cannot use it on the door yet. So let's make that now. And for that, we're going to use a function called add use item callback. Let's just copy this. Okay, so the first parameter is the name of the callback, which in this case we're just going to leave empty because we're not going to use that. Is the first parameter is if you want to remove the callback later, but we're going to make the game handle that. This is the item that that should be used, which is in our case the awesome key _1, and the next parameter is the entity that it should be used on, which in our case is the door, and in my case it is called mansion _1. Yeah, mansion _1, and this is the function to call when the item is used on that entity. We're just gonna call it used key on door, and the last parameter is whether or not the callback should be destroyed when it has been called once, and we want to do that. Yes. Okay. So let's create the used key on door function, and as you can see, the callback syntax is right here. So let's copy that, and it's a function that doesn't return anything, so that's void. Okay, so this is our function, but it should be called use key on door instead of my function. Okay, so whenever the awesome key is used on mansion 1, then use key on door function will be called, and inside this we want to unlock the door, and for that we're going to use a function called set swing door locked. Set swing door locked, and then the first parameter is the name of the door, the second is whether it should be locked or not, and we do not want it to be locked, so false, and the last is use effects. Yeah, whatever. And you can read on the functions list what it does, well, the syntax. And then we want a sound to be played, so play sound at entity. I'm sorry if I'm going too fast, but I'm trying to make this video. I've recorded this is the 4th time I record, and I'm trying to make it under 10 minutes. Play sound at entity. Sorry, the first parameter is like up here an instance name if you want to stop it later, but we don't, because it's, you know, it automatically stops when it ends, but you could use that for looping sound. The second parameter is the name of the sound, not the door, sorry, unlock _door, which as you can see I've found in the sound files, unlock _door.snt. The next parameter is the entity it should be played at, and we want it to be played at the door, and the false parameter is the fade in time, which is 0 because we don't want it to fade in, and the false, that's just whether or not to save it so that it plays again, keeps playing after a map transition. And then we want to remove the item from the inventory, awesome key 1, so that people do not try to use it on other doors and things like that. So let's try out quick map reload. Okay, so the door starts by being locked. We smash the display, take the key, use the key on the door. We hear the unlock sound. Oh, a minute. Oh, well, at least I heard it. And the item is gone. So that's it. I hope you were able to follow this tutorial. I'm no teacher, and you know, so I need some feedback. So well, thank you for watching.